Welcome back to the Universal Things YouTube channel. Imagine waking up tomorrow to breaking news from every country on Earth. Hospitals are overflowing, entire cities are shutting down, and it all started with something most people never feared: rats. But this isn't a zombie movie. This is something terrifyingly real. What if Hantavirus became a global pandemic? At first, almost nobody takes it seriously. A few isolated deaths appear in rural towns across different countries. Doctors blame pneumonia, flu, maybe even COVID variants. But then, healthy young adults begin collapsing within hours. Their lungs suddenly fill with fluid. Breathing becomes impossible. And the scariest part? Many victims showed almost no symptoms until it was too late. News channels begin replaying the same horrifying footage. A father gasping for air in Texas, a teenager in Brazil placed on oxygen after cleaning an old storage room, a family in Japan infected after rats invade subway tunnels during heavy flooding. Governments assure people it's under control, but secretly, scientists are panicking behind closed doors. Hantavirus is not science fiction. It already exists in real life. It spreads mainly through contact with infected rodent urine, droppings, or saliva. In rare cases, some strains can spread between humans. Normally, outbreaks stay small. But what if the virus mutated? What if it evolved to spread through the air as easily as the flu? Within weeks, fear changes human behavior. Grocery shelves empty again. Face masks return. People avoid basements, farms, garages, and abandoned buildings. Videos go viral showing rats running through streets at night in massive numbers. Suddenly, humanity realizes something terrifying. Rats exist almost everywhere humans do. Beneath cities, inside walls, under restaurants, watching silently. Scientists race to identify the mutation. Genetic analysis reveals the nightmare scenario. The virus has adapted inside urban rodents living near highly polluted environments. Years of surviving toxins, heat, and crowded sewer systems may have accelerated evolution. Now, one infected cough in a crowded subway could infect dozens within minutes. Airports become ground zero. Travelers unknowingly carry the virus across continents before symptoms even begin. New York, London, Mumbai, Paris, Los Angeles. Cases explode simultaneously. Unlike previous pandemics, this one feels psychologically worse. People cannot see the threat. Every dark corner suddenly feels dangerous. Every scratching sound behind a wall becomes terrifying. Social media turns into chaos. Some claim the virus was engineered in a lab. Others believe governments are hiding true death counts. Conspiracy theories spread faster than facts. Videos showing people collapsing in public gain hundreds of millions of views overnight. Fear itself becomes another pandemic, infecting minds across the planet. Then the symptoms evolve. Early signs seem harmless: fever, body pain, fatigue. But around day 5, the real horror begins. Victims suddenly struggle to breathe. Their lungs rapidly fill with liquid, almost like drowning from the inside. Doctors work desperately, but many patients decline within hours. Hospitals begin running out of ventilators again. Children become the emotional center of the crisis. Schools close worldwide after outbreaks spread through classrooms. Parents stop letting kids play outside. Birthday parties disappear. Parks become empty. A generation grows up hearing constant ambulance sirens and emergency broadcasts. The world feels darker, quieter, and emotionally exhausted. Meanwhile, the economy starts collapsing in slow motion. Restaurants shut down permanently. Tourism vanishes. Shipping ports slow to a crawl. Food prices skyrocket because warehouses become contaminated with rodent infestations. Entire industries begin losing billions overnight. But for ordinary people, survival becomes more important than careers or luxury. In crowded cities, sanitation workers become some of the most important people alive. Every pile of garbage becomes a potential hotspot. Governments deploy military teams to control rodent populations, but it barely helps. Rats reproduce incredibly fast. For every group eliminated, thousands more hide underground, multiplying silently beneath human civilization. Then winter arrives. Cold weather forces rodents indoors on a massive scale. Infection rates explode. Apartment buildings become deadly zones. One contaminated ventilation system infects entire floors. Families seal doors and windows in fear. Online delivery services become lifelines. Human interaction slowly disappears from everyday life. Scientists work non-stop searching for treatments. Experimental antiviral drugs show promise, but supplies remain limited. Wealthier countries buy most doses first, creating global outrage. Poorer nations accuse world powers of protecting themselves while millions elsewhere suffer. Tensions between countries rise dangerously close to conflict. And then, humanity discovers something even more disturbing. The virus survives longer in colder environments than expected. Frozen storage facilities unknowingly preserve infected particles for weeks. Suddenly, food transportation becomes another risk. Trust begins collapsing everywhere. People question restaurants, delivery packages, even the safety of touching ordinary objects. Cities once famous for nightlife become ghost worlds after sunset. Neon signs flicker above empty streets. Rats roam freely through silent train stations. Drone footage from abandoned downtown areas shocks the internet. It feels less like a pandemic and more like civilization slowly retreating from its own creations. Mental health reaches a breaking point globally. Isolation, fear, and uncertainty push millions into depression and anxiety. People become obsessed with cleaning. Others refuse to leave their homes at all. Relationships collapse under pressure. Some communities unite stronger than ever, while others fall apart completely under stress and distrust. A terrifying new question emerges. Could other animal viruses mutate next? Humanity suddenly realizes how fragile civilization really is. One microscopic change in nature can bring entire economies, governments, and healthcare systems to their knees. The illusion of control begins shattering across the world. Then comes the turning point. Researchers finally develop a vaccine after months of non-stop testing. Hope spreads globally for the first time in nearly a year, but producing billions of doses becomes another massive challenge. Factories operate 24 hours a day while countries compete desperately to vaccinate populations before new mutations appear. Even after vaccinations begin, the world never fully returns to normal. Architecture changes forever. Buildings are redesigned with advanced air filtration systems. Cities invest heavily in underground sanitation networks. People become more cautious about wildlife and environmental destruction. Humanity starts respecting nature in ways it ignored for generations. Survivors share horrifying stories online. Some describe losing loved ones within days. Others talk about hearing rats scratching inside walls during lockdown nights, unable to sleep from fear. These stories spread across the internet, turning the pandemic into something emotionally unforgettable for an entire generation. Years later, historians debate the true cause of the disaster. Was it climate change forcing rodents into cities, urban overcrowding, environmental neglect, or simply humanity underestimating nature again? One thing becomes undeniable. The pandemic didn't just expose a virus, it exposed the weaknesses hidden deep inside modern civilization. But here's the most chilling thought of all. Hantavirus already exists today. Scientists already monitor outbreaks in different parts of the world. Right now, as you watch this video, rodents carrying dangerous diseases live surprisingly close to millions of people. The line between fiction and reality may be thinner than we think. So imagine this carefully. If a virus like Hantavirus truly evolved for easy human transmission, would humanity react differently than before? Would governments cooperate faster? Would people trust science more? Or would fear, misinformation, and division once again spread faster than the disease itself? Maybe the answer is more frightening than the virus. What do you think would happen if Hantavirus became a real global pandemic? Which country would handle it best? And would humanity survive united or divided? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe for more deep what-if scenarios that explore the terrifying possibilities hidden inside our world.